All right, so this is going to be a cool video. The videos are going to get shorter. I promise you. I promise you. I know the last bunch of videos were like a million. It was like watching The Godfather.
Slow burn.
Slow burn. But we're learning the thing. All right, so the concept of this video is we're going to go over gain structuring for mixing, for tracking, master bus, gain structuring, metering, all that stuff, because I got so excited about my my thing here. I was like mixing and everything was just getting louder and louder and louder and louder and louder. And when I got done, I was like, okay, hold on. We need to regroup. So we've got a new structure here that we are going to be adhering to. And that is, we're going to get our audio tracks to not be so loud, going to their aforementioned, I didn't mention it, to their subs. Okay, so here's kind of a rule, a little rule that I'm learning, and it really works. Okay, we'll make sure everything's on. You know what we'll do? We'll kill all the master bus stuff right now. And this this thing is going to go up and down in volume pretty dramatically. So, I'll try not to scream, but you're going to have to turn this thing up a little bit, Polly. All right, so make sure we're working. We are. All right, so what we want is, word on the street is that the optimal level for most plugins to work to their desired design is to be hit at about -18. It doesn't have to be exact. It's just a ballpark, right? So if I take my kick in, kick out, kick sample, and kick trigger, let's say I'm moving them all, I'm bussing them all over to a kick sub. You know what I should do? Oh, you know what? We'll put our picture over here small. Yeah. We'll get it out of the the picture's gonna be small and out of the way. You want all four of these to hit this thing at about -18. So if you go in, if you have your faders in Pro Tools, I mean Logic, they're all probably the same, but if in Pro Tools you have faders at full size, not narrow, and you right click, set it for peak sample, gives us an idea. This number down here on the right side of the fader will show us our, let's do a little loopity loop here. Okay. Yeah, so it's kind of bouncing around 17, 19 peak, -17, -19 peak. So that means that these are now coming over to here. So here's a free plugin that is awesome. This is by Blue Cat Audio.
Yeah.
Is that what it says?
Yep.
It's free. It's a gain. I mean, if you can use whatever, you can use the trim knob, the trim slider in Pro Tools. It doesn't matter. I mean, you can also clip gain, but this session's old and it's all chopped up, so I'm not doing that. So either way, so if we look here now, here's the single kick. Okay, this is kick in, right? And the thing you want to do is to try to achieve this level, this -18 going to your wherever your plugins are. You want to try to achieve it with the faders at Unity. Mm-hmm. You understand? You get that?
Yeah.
Like, because you don't want them down low. I don't know. They say lose resolution. It's the thing. The harder, the this, the that. Just do it this way. It just sounds better, right? I'm a pro. I could be teaching at Belmont with these kind of teaching chops.
No, it's too useful for Belmont.
Oh, don't say that. My buddy from Belmont helped us with this, Mr. Dave Tuff. And Harold LaRue. Boy, was he a rock star on the phone yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're going to show you some Fab Filter tricks that Mr. Harold LaRue. Well, I don't know if I should give his tricks away. I'll just show you Pro L. Yeah. We'll go there. Now, here's kick in right here. Now, that's peaking around 23, 24, 25, right? Minus 24, let's say. So it's not peaking at minus 18. It's actually a little bit lower, but that's because it's an accumulative. Because now I've got all 4 of these. And you can see where they're going to all peak. That one's 24. That one's 22. That one's 27. And the beautiful... yeah, they're just going to hear that while I'm talking. Yeah, this is a different video. The beautiful thing about using this is that you can group them. So let's say I get my level of, like, these are my different trim knobs all over this kick group. They're all grouped as A. So you'll see if I open a few of them, you're gonna like this. Who's excited?
Yeah.
Right? There's all 4 of them. If I turn one down, watch this. Woo! They all move, right? So kind of once you get your levels and you like it, you can just move them as a group. Yeah, whatever. I like it. It's cool. I like the knob too. The trim thing in Pro Tools is eh. So anyway, the way I've got this set is these guys are staying at Unity. Now once I get everything going, if I realize I want the kick sample down, I can do that. Or I can ungroup it and drop it here. It doesn't matter. Just as long as your basics are good, right? Because my mixing was getting a little out of control. These faders were getting super low because everything was recorded a little, not necessarily too hot, but too hot to mix. And then I was just, you know, at the master bus, it was just getting to be too intense. So there's your basic thing. Try to figure out how to get your tracks, if you're just running each track at about minus 18, but if you're taking a group of tracks into a bus, which is how I do it, or like an aux or whatever you want to call it, then you want that to all go to minus 18, because we want all 4 of these are now busing to this. So when they hit that first Pro L, it's hitting at about minus 18, which if I open up here and I go to waves, we have been studying this and experimenting nonstop, and now it is on. If we open up this Waves WLM, this is kind of the plugin, and for this I go off of the peak. So we're not looking at short term on that because all it is a peak, right? So minus 18, we're good. Now I'm going to go through a little bit of this and show you nothing's been mixed. This is just levels up. Almost every plugin is either deinstantiated or is on 0. Now, here's the next step. So if I come over to my, let's instantiate my chain.
Your master chain.
My master chain. And then we'll take and we'll move this up, because we'll put at the end of this, just for now, we're going to put another WLM. And this is huge. And again, this is just the way I'm doing it and what I've learned, because I've made mistakes through this. Here is the kick drum hitting the master through the hardware, because this is everything, right? So now we're looking at the master with the chain. The chain bumps it about 2 dBs. 3. Actually, it's showing it's bumping 10. Give me 1 second. Oh! Yeah, we've got our parallels on. There you go. No parallels, right? We're just looking at, this is the kick at the master, nothing on the kick, no parallels. Let me kill this, if there's a little reverb on. It's actually showing minus 20. There's at the kick. 18. Give me 1 second because I've been messing with this thing and now I'm confused.
Is that because the bus fader's down?
The bus fader is down?
Yeah, the sub.
Oh, right.
Right.
I got it. Yeah, this is really fresh. So you guys are watching the unveiling. Right, we turned it down. This is the whole thing that I've realized. This is the master bus with the chain on. Here's the meter. There it is. We want our chain for our setup when you're setting up, because Will sets up the mixes. So, we're learning this together, and then he's going to be doing this a lot. You want that kick to hit around -20. Reason being is we're going to be adding parallel compression, subharmonic generators, and then everything from there. There's going to be snare, there's going to be this, but the kick bone dry you could even go 22, right? Because then at the end of the line, that's going to give us a good range for our volume. Has everybody got that? You got that, Will?
Yeah.
So we're shooting for about -20 on the kick. So the kick itself is -18. And we're dropping it 6, but we're dropping it about, it drops about 4 dBs or 5 dBs over here. This is probably a little compression bringing it down, but yeah, there you go. Ballpark, right? Now you bring in parallel on the kick. And that's a little grit on the kick and a little bit of the punch 10. Right, so now here's the kick with its side stuff. Yeah. So, again, this 20 may be even still a little hot. 22 is probably going to be safer. And there you go. So now you come over to the snare, and there's my snare. Here's all my snares. I've got my Blue Cat audio trim on it. The other thing too, the way I did the trigger was I put trigger first. I just wanted the trigger. The trigger didn't work good with the trim first. It was just acted weird. I don't know if there was what it was. Just didn't like it. So there you go. But then you'll see I trimmed it after that so that it's going to hit the plugins at about -18. Same thing. And anyway, so now we go to the snare. Here's my 4 snares. I got snare top, snare bottom. A little sample, and snare sample and snare is right. Okay, so these guys are going to be hitting this. Yeah, and they're hitting at about -18, -17 and change. Yeah, and then we just turned it down. So here's kick and snare. To that, and then we've got a snare trigger here. Now we're going to start getting into this short-term thing. Anyway, that's kind of a basic. So what I'm going to do now is open this up. This is not mixed. This is just got some basic levels. All the plugins are either deinstantiated or on 0, except for a couple of compressors on the vocals and for the master chain right here. Okay. Oh, great. Okay. So here we go.
I've been lonely too. Couldn't fall for you till now.
Can you say dry vocal?
I've been lonely too.
That's hitting about -20. Here is my limiters. So now if I'm going to throw this on for my bounce, right, we want this to be around -7 or 8 at the hottest spots. So this is now after the L2 and the Pro L. Okay. So here is before this meter, and this is after. This is at the end of the chain.
I've been lonely too. I couldn't fall for you till now. Rely on the times that I held you. I told you everything's okay. The love I can give you will wash your tears away. You won't believe it, never had to be afraid.
All right. So that's the zone. That is Mr. Harold LaRue and Dave Tuff went over this a number of times, and that is the zone. And that mix sounds, there's no mix on it, but that just sounds really open and very cool, and there's room to add stuff. It's going to be fun. Who's having fun?
I am.
All right,
is
so
really
now, this is cool, huh?
This is big moves for mixing and stuff.
Yeah, this is great. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go to our ref track, which I'm not going to play the ref because you guys know the way YouTube is with playing, licensed music. So we're just going to take this. We're going to open up this. So we'll get rid of this guy. This is our, I'll put it here. The one on this side, I guess, is my left. Would it be their left too?
Yeah,
this
it
is
should be their left.
this is our mix sound wise. We'll just shut the volume off. And this is the reference. So here is our mix on the left. It's hard to do. Let me just do this. I'm sorry, guys. And here's, let's say, Green Day, Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
I couldn't fall for you till now.
Yeah, we're not in the chorus yet. Let's get our chorus going, because that's going to be the loud spot.
That I held you, I told you
See,
everything's
the Green Day's
okay.
going down as far as -6. But here's what Harold said. Harold said that songs get louder when they get like this down sample, when they make them into 16-bit. Because right now you're listening to ours at 44.1, 24-bit, and it gets even louder when it goes to MP3. So there you go. So we're good. We're staying in -8. That's what he said was the safe zone. Here is Kelly Clarkson, Since You've Been Gone. I'll slide this over so it's right over our heavy spot. Trying to give them each the same heavy thing. So again, this is Kelly Clarkson. This is... So now we're in the zone. We are in the zone. The auto zone. Think so? We'll do one more.
Free advertisement.
Here's Shine Down Amaryllis.
Not a sponsor.
Shine Down Amaryllis.
That I held you, I told you everything's okay. The love
And this is with our limiters. This is with the L2 and the Pro L. Just tapping the L2 for sound. The L2 sounds cool. Those two together. There it is. So we're good. All right, now, this is so exciting. Now, we're going to come here and we're going to open up this. Let's get rid of all this. Oh, how did he do that? Did he do it like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. So here is our, you know what we'll do? We'll put this at the end. We'll move this and put it right. You know what we'll do? We'll take and put one here. This will squash our mix a little bit. You don't want to put this after the BX thing, but it's all good in the hood. Okay, so here is the Pro Q3. The one on the left, I guess, which is their left. The one that's making a little noise. That's our little chain making some noise. We'll look into that. You can't hear it. It looks really intense, but it's not really intense. This is ours, and then this one over here is going to be the licensed song. Ah! It burns! Thank you. All right, so here is Shinedown and James Lugo. And keep in mind, ours isn't even mixed. It's just kind of leveled, but it's giving us an idea of like... Here's Jimmy Lugo and Alice in Chains, Look With a View. This is one of my favorite mixes ever. This is, I think, Randy Staub. And they're doing that thing there where they're like, it looks like they have some sort of a compressor at around 20. No, I know. Well, you look at the top end, the far right side of this one, and you see this. It's like almost like they've got some sort of a multi-band compressor or something keeping that down. I wish I could play it for you, but YouTube will hate me. Here's Green Day, Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
Yeah, playing all of these songs in a YouTube video, that's like
copyright. The men in black would show up and shoot us.
Against like 12 different people. Yeah. At least it's not Prince.
Here's Britney Spears. What is it?
Is it Toxic?
Toxic.
Yeah.
That's another one of my favorite mixes. Yeah, it's got a nice little booty here. It's got a nice top end. So anyway, this is kind of what we've been doing. And one thing that's cool, I'll go back to ours now. So here's our EQ, right? Let me make sure. Yeah, we'll get rid of this. We'll go back to our EQ here, which is, you can't put this after this because this widens it, and then when you put that after it shrinks it. There's probably a way to do it in multi-mono. I wonder if that would be the way to do it. Or I know that they have a mid-side. I'm not prepared to experiment with that right now. But anyway, there you go. So here's our mix on the Pro QL. Oh no. What did I just do? I just blew the whole thing up. I'll put it. I think it's this.
You got rid of the
what did I get rid of?
The Pro L on the master.
Oh man, fate worse than death. Yeah. Pro L2, right?
Yeah.
Shite. So let me double check my metering now that I can check metering.
I held you, I told you everything's okay. The love I can give you will wash your tears away.
All right, close enough for rock and roll. Okay, so, right, L2 first, Pro L second. Beautiful, okay. Right? Yeah, and really not much, this is on, but not much after this. This is, yeah, okay. Just bear with us. It's all new, and not new, but we're trying all these new things, so. Anyway, here's the Pro L on the master, which we can use as like a spectrum analyzer, right?
That I held you, I told you everything's okay.
You can see something's bouncing there with the vocal. So if I come and I lay this, see, this is.
That I held you, I told you everything's okay. The love I can give you will wash your tears away. You won't believe it, never had to be afraid. I've always been here, that'll never change. That I held you, I told you everything's okay. The love I can give you will wash your tears away.
Anyway, this is so cool. And, you know, Harold, my buddy Harold, went over all these things. I've been using the FabFilter Pro Q or the Pro L for years and years and years. And, you know, I just use it the way I did it every day, simple. I didn't know so many things about it. Now that I do. And then I dug into this last night, and it's just unbelievable.
That I held you, I told you everything's okay.
So you can hear buildup. You can physically see buildup peaks, and you can just grab the peak, and then you can come here, and you can change the pitch. So it's like it's just nuts, dude. It's just nuts. So it works as a regular EQ, or you can scroll this down, like the amount, and then you go auto, and there's your thread.
That I held you, I told you everything's okay.
You can make it where it's not just going to cut that frequency, but it'll cut it when it peaks on like a vocal or a snare.
That I held you, I told you everything's okay.
The guy is right there. You know what I mean? Like probably more like this. That would be actually where it's at, right? So, but I don't necessarily want to cut that out of the whole mix, so you can just.
That I held you, I told you everything's okay.
Yeah, right? Right? And then you come down here and you hit this A, and then it's like auto volume. So it keeps the volume relatively the same as you cut and boost, so you're not just getting it louder and softer. Dude, this is exciting.
Yeah.
So there it is. So there's gain staging. So we're looking at about minus 18 to the buses. We're looking at the kick hitting the master at about minus 20. Mm-hmm. Was that with the plugins on? I can't remember. Let me see. Hold on.
The minus 20?
Yeah.
No, minus 20 was without parallel compression, but it was with the chain.
With the chain, yeah. So there's your minus 20. Yeah. So you want to hit the chain at about minus 20 with the kick. Then you want your
That I held you,
that's pretty wiggity whack. Then you want your mix at the loudest point. Here is before the limiter, and here is after the limiter. So this is before, this is after.
times that I held you, I told you everything's okay. The love I can give you.
I think he said you can go up to about minus 14 here. Mm-hmm. you know, at the master or whatever bus, like that would be basically what you would send to a masterer.
Yeah.
And then after the limiters, if I'm not having this like mastered somewhere else and I'm just sending this out for people to upload onto YouTube or whatever, you want this to be around -8, you can go a little higher, a little lower, but
Times that I held you, I told you everything's okay. The love
something's off here. Oh, yeah, all the kick stuff's off. Here we go.
times that I held you, I told you everything's okay. The love I can give you will wash your tears away.
So that's your ballpark. We're looking at short term, and this is the WLM. I mean, a bunch of people make these things. Isotope has one. Now I like this. I'm used to it. You know, this works perfect. So, and I didn't have to buy it. It's always nice when you don't have to buy it. So that's it. Yeah, and then again, here's the, you know, like, this is whatever song this is. This is Britney Spears, Toxic.
That'll never change. When I'm dying.
This is your thing, I would say, man, really, seriously, this stuff that I'm showing you, you know, this may be extremely simple, common knowledge to everybody. It really kind of wasn't for me, unfortunately. I'm a stubborn person, and I just sometimes want to just do it my own way, and I fight the system. Fight the power.
Stick it to the man.
Stick it to the man, but I had to just kind of submit to this. So, yeah, here's Happy Ending by Avril Lavigne.
I couldn't fall.
A little bit louder. That may be an MP3. You know. Now Harold's got me thinking. He's got me thinking. So anyway, there it is. Gain structure. What do you think, Will?
It's cool. It's very kind of fundamental within mixing and stuff, but it's so important.
Yeah.
It's
My buddy
so
Liam
important.
Alexander posted. I said, I'm working on my gain staging. He says, gain staging is life.
Yeah.
It's a little dramatic, but it's pretty important.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe. All right. Huge, huh? So now you can use this, and I can use this video at... what the fungolage am I doing in here? Prick. I got cancer at a prick. Stop recording. Remember the movie that's from? I got cancer at a prick.
I don't think so.
It's Donnie Brasco.
Oh, okay.
I got cancer at a prick. I'm known in all 5 boroughs.